Welcome to the Pulse of the Heartland podcast. This is the fun cast here, NFL Week 10. And as you can tell by the name of this podcast, a few of us are excited tonight. So here we are. Yeah, Ryan's excited. Raise the roof here. So,
woo!
Well, Joey, you want to hit all of our fans here with the socials?
Hi, Trent. Yes, I can do that for you. As always, Instagram and Twitter at Heartland Pulse. Search us on Facebook, Pulse of the Heartland. If you're watching us on YouTube, you already know how to get there. But if you're on that, also just search Pulse of the Heartland. Find us also on our new website with the In the Zone crew, inthezone.studio. And then tomorrow morning, you'll be able to find this podcast on all the major platforms.
All right, Joey. Where are you at, Joey?
I am back in Corpus Christi, Texas for the week.
All right.
Right. Doing another audit. So,
like your second home.
Basically, South Texas is just Joe Bahotsky Boulevard at this point.
What are you drinking down there in Texas?
I got a little bit of vodka and a little bit of diet or 7-Up zero sugar. So
nice.
Just kind of chilling, a little bit refreshing. So had
Very
a
good.
salad from Jason's Deli and hit the spot. So
cool.
Yep.
Clark, what are you drinking?
I've got some Templeton Rye barrel strength from 2020. Ooh. And then I've got the old Walmart Tropical Punch. So
very good.
Don't want to get too frisky on the old barrel strength, you know.
I thought you were mixing.
Before long, you'll end up like Ryan, and we just don't want that.
You know. I've still never had the barrel strength. I need to get some.
Woo!
Yeah, that good, huh? All right. Well, Ryan, what are you drinking then?
I'm going with beer tonight. Finishing up my coffee ale from Sheridan, Wyoming.
Nice. You got it in your fancy mug from your wedding.
Sure do.
Baby.
Very nice. Bryant,
drinking like a Viking king, basically.
Drinking your mead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your grog. Well, we're not pirates, I guess. So that'd be the Raiders.
Vikings, pirates, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So what I do I have to drink fire water or some shit because of the juice, man, or what? I don't get it. Just water over here.
Just water, Bryant. Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably grab a beer in a couple minutes. I had to get hydrated though.
Ames tap water, baby.
That's the best in the world.
Yeah. Just think if you reverse osmosis Ames tap water, it'd be so pure.
Be so pure.
Yeah. You'd have to drink it like Joey.
No, I didn't say I had a pretty delicious bagel egg sandwich made it with a little sausage and stuff like that. So I need to be a little healthier. I just chugged a Diet Coke as well. So a little water to make me feel like I'm healthy for the day.
Yeah.
Trent, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Land Shark Lager. Saw they had 6 packs of these at Sunshine yesterday, and I was like, you know what? It's Ryan's birthday, and he loves Land Shark. So I bought some Land Shark. They are delicious.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
I still regret.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
thank
you. Birthday. I still regret. I found in an antique store, or was an antique store, just a junk store, one of the surfboards that had like the shark bite out of it. It was the Land Shark brand one that you could see it like in bars and stuff. I should have bought it. It was cool.
I've looked into those things. Those things are so damn expensive now. Should have bought it.
I know. This was like over 10 years ago too. So
yeah. I always loved going to Vegas because Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville was right there on the strip. And you could get Land Shark for like $2 during their specials. Like, it was awesome. But
yeah,
I don't believe that's a thing anymore.
This says it's Margaritaville Brewing Company out of St. Louis, which I'm guessing is just Budweiser.
It is.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive it's Anheuser-Busch, yeah.
You can't put one past us.
Big news, the Anheuser-Busch sign sitting right on the interstate is alive again.
Oh, nice.
That's a great thing.
Will they like light it up or what?
Oh, yeah, it's a big lit up neon eagle, like moving and everything. Oh yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Nice. They got to play for the Missouri people, like I complained about a couple years ago, or a couple weeks ago. I mean, sorry. So let's jump into this thing. We got a lot to talk about because the NFL is pretty good this week.
1 second there, Trent. I know we were supposed to have the interview with Dylan tonight. That has been moved because of scheduling conflicts. So that'll either be this Wednesday or next Monday. So still happening, just not happening tonight, but it will happen. I promise.
I mean, when you're big time and like us, scheduling conflicts do happen. So
the dude's running a business here, so he's trying to make us millionaires here as soon as possible. It's understandable.
None of us have ever missed a podcast. I don't know why he can't be here.
I know.
Never ever.
I didn't miss 2 of them last week either. So, well, I guess first we can mention here. Monday Night Football is going on right now. Washington at Philly. Philly's trying to stay undefeated. Washington is playing them tough as they played tough the last few weeks. But Ryan and I, we are probably cheering for Washington right now.
Absolutely.
We need them to get the loss.
We need them to get a few losses.
Washington is currently up 17-14 with 20 seconds left in the first half.
So the 43.5 point over looking good right now.
I was just going to say, what do we all have tonight right now?
Washington to cover 11.
Same here.
What I've got.
You had Philly money line, right?
Correct.
I had the over 43.5.
Joey's the only one rooting for the Eagles.
Okay. Or a lot of points. I would say I'd be okay with an Eagles close win. I think that would suffice everyone just in the betting. But since real life actually matters right now for some of our teams, I guess we'll go command. Get a little chaos going on.
Thank you.
Heineke makes them better, doesn't he? They're just
he does.
Completely different animal with him.
Is it Heineke makes them better or Wentz makes everyone worse? I'm going to go with the latter.
Yeah.
I feel like Heineke's more consistent. Like, I feel like Wentz's highs are higher, but Heineke is just steadily at a better grade because Wentz's lows are real low.
Heineke's not going to make that catastrophic mistake.
Yeah. And like Bryant said, Wentz was good his first few years and just like he was an MVP candidate for a while and then a couple ACLs and sprained both of his ankles at the same time or some shit like that somehow. So
is it Allstate with the chaos commercials? The guy that's just always causing that's what Wentz is. Wentz can have some awesome moments, but boy, there's going to be an accident at the end.
Sounds like a chance for a new endorsement.
And Washington just takes a 20-14 lead at half. They made the field goal.
Thank you, Joey.
I need 10 more points. Come on.
Really should have taken their kicker instead of the Eagles kicker. Damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trent, but if the score finished at 17-14, I wouldn't be upset.
Wow.
2014 now, so.
You'd be happy, but my feelings would be hurt. I see how it is, Ryan.
But the Vikings would almost be in a tie for first place, so that would be worth it.
With the tiebreaker going to the Eagles.
Yeah, that's why I said almost.
Well, let's jump into that. Speaking of the Vikings, well, it says right here, we got to start with the best game of the season. Minnesota at Buffalo. What a game.
What a stupid game. Just so stupid.
Speaking of Allstate, it's the commercial that's on right now. Good call.
I'm a bit behind you guys, I guess.
So
you're in Mountain Time. You're probably an hour back from what we're on. So
yeah, they just kicked off.
The coin toss just happened. What happens after that?
Yeah, so
let's hear it, Vikings fans. How'd the game go? I was watching the Chiefs, so
I had written that game off as a loss in the third quarter. So I go outside and I start putting up my Christmas lights. And I came inside. I got them all up real quick. Came inside to have to walk through my house to get to my back deck to plug in the lights to make sure they work. That's when Minnesota got stuffed at the 1. I'm like, oh, jeez, of course. And then I kind of stand there long enough to watch the Bills fumble it in the end zone and the Vikings score a touchdown. So then I had to watch the rest of it and overtime. So I caught the good parts.
Those the Vikings are not good for a person's heart. That is for sure. Just terrible, terrible, terrible. A giant roller coaster of emotions. And I was the same way. You know, the only reason I didn't really turn it off was because I was with my daughter, and all we could do was sit there and watch football. So might as well finish it up. But yeah, at halftime, and I went into this game. This was a game that I circled as a loss. There was no way we were going to be beating Buffalo, at Buffalo especially. I don't know what it is about the Vikings that they cannot play a full game. They started off with a touchdown on their opening drive and then nothing for 2.5 quarters. It's every single game, which is why it's a one possession game or a one score game every freaking time. But yeah, Kirk Cousins looked like absolute garbage until the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden he's throwing passes that are amazing. Justin Jefferson, I don't know what to say about that guy. That guy is, I don't think there's anybody as good as him in the NFL. There's close, but I do not think there's a wide receiver as good as him in the NFL. I just don't.
I mean, we always say best player on the best team wins the MVP, so Ryan's really rooting for that right now.
Jalen Hurts.
I think Clark said that he's not even top 10 for Vegas odds for MVP, which is just absolute crazy to me.
I have the odds put in here from FanDuel. He's number 13 at plus 10,000. He is behind Kirk Cousins, who's number 7 at plus 3,200.
And this is Kirk's, honestly, statistically worst year as a Viking, too. It's just now we have a coach that lets him take chances and knows how to win a game. I don't know. It was stupid. I have as a bullet point there. Then this is for a lot of games. When is the NFL going to get their reffing situation fixed? Because we were, again, 2 weeks in a row playing against the refs. The 12 men on the field, we got stuffed at the 1 on that 4th and goal. They had 12 men on the field there that I'm pretty positive the refs are supposed to be counting each play. Didn't do that. The inside 2 minutes, that catch that wasn't a catch, the NFL is supposed to be the ones that automatically review that. Nope, let Josh Allen go and snap the ball, and let's not review a catch that the NFL has already sent a letter saying, no, this shouldn't have been a catch. It would have been overturned. So that's 2 weeks in a row the Vikings have gotten letters from the NFL saying, sorry about that. We kind of screwed you guys. It's a joke. It's a complete joke, but we still overcame all of that. We shouldn't have overcame all of that, but we did, and got I would say probably our win that everyone was hoping we would get to show that we are an actual team, a real team.
Yeah, after the Vikings went down and scored pretty easily on their first possession, then didn't do anything, turned the ball over. Buffalo scored a couple touchdowns real quick in a row after they did, turn that ball over. I thought, okay, well, here comes the Eagles games again, because that's what they did in the Eagles game. They went right down, scored, and then Eagles just pounded them the rest of the game. And I thought that was going to happen, to be honest, after that first touchdown.
No, I agree. And Kirk Cousins threw just 2 terrible receptions. One was a overthrow, which he has been floating balls a bit this season. So that's an issue that's, I don't know. I'm sure he can fix it. It's whatever. The other interception, I don't know if he thought that was Jefferson or Thielen going out instead of the corner, but he threw it right to the defender. That one was terrible. But then, like I said, second half comes, fourth quarter comes, and all of a sudden he's making fantastic throws.
Yep.
It's Jekyll and Hyde. My guess is that KOC knows his team is so good that he goes and scores, keeps the game close, just does a bunch of experimentations in the middle of the game, and then when it comes down to it that we have to win, he's like, okay, let's actually do some real play here and win the game.
So once they get to the playoffs, they can be like, okay, quit messing around. We're playing the real game now.
Yeah, you guys haven't actually seen our real offense.
That's right.
Harrison Smith and Patrick Peterson look like they have found the fountain of youth. Patrick Peterson with 2 interceptions. He looks like he's back to his prime. He is looking so good this year.
Yeah, sealed the game in overtime.
Which brings up another bullet point. Josh Allen, phenomenal quarterback, great quarterback. He makes some really stupid decisions, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know who leads the NFL in interceptions?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Those were 2 throws that were just stupid. Those 2 interceptions. I mean, I don't know how he didn't see Peterson around there, but both critical throws. I mean, obviously the second one lost the game, but yeah, he's phenomenal talent, but I think he tries to force stuff too much, and that's going to get him in trouble.
Yeah, it really
No,
did think that the one in overtime, Peterson was under that route the whole way. Like how he ever thought that was going to be not intercepted is beyond me.
It was interesting listening to Pat Pete in the after game press conference because he kind of went through that play, and he's like, it's one of those things that you've had to have been in the NFL for long enough to know what was coming. So he's just a great veteran that knew what was happening. So it made sense when he explained it, but yeah, it was still stupid. I don't know what Bryant's doing. He is the biggest one of the biggest Josh Allen haters I know, so I'm not sure why he's keeping quiet here.
I was letting you Vikings kids speak. I've been also looking at a couple things. I don't know if you mentioned it earlier. I just need to confirm myself. 12 men on the field can be reviewed even if the penalty isn't called. So again, I don't know why that one wasn't. As far as Josh Allen, though, again, you know, my hating on Josh is more them trying to lift him up and say him and Mahomes are at the same level. Because I'm not saying Mahomes doesn't make mistakes, but Josh Allen's level of mistakes that he has, as well as how often, like you said, I mean, he leads the league in interceptions. I saw a stat the other day. Only in the last 10 years, the list of players that have fumbled on their own 1 yard line, it was Josh Allen this Sunday and Josh Allen last year. So, I mean, or in 2020. So, I mean, he puts his teams in these terrible situations. Now, on the flip side, I mean, I thought you guys were going to piss it down your leg again watching him just run down the field. If there's one thing he does amazing, he does have a rocket arm. He can throw it far, but he knows when to exactly run that ball when he knows the coverage is going to be too far out and he can get a free 12 yards without getting hit. And then even then, he's fucking lowering his shoulder running into you. But again, how many times where he's trying to hurdle or he's trying to do something where it's like, you're a franchise quarterback. Like, yes, you need to make a play, but not that play, you know?
Well, so after that first interception he threw, he's running off the field and then runs back on and goes and tackles Patrick Peterson Patrick Peterson, and hurts his arm again. Like he hits him with his throwing arm, the one that is damaged. So it's like, dude, you need to know your limits. You need to protect yourself for your team because you're only hurting your team basically.
Yeah, more than anything, like he's tough enough where he doesn't care about putting his body on the line. But that's where you got to think of this next few years where like, and this is one game not in your conference. So yes, your record goes down one, but I mean, my God, it's you got to be smart with it. I've been saying the same things, and you guys have heard me say it several times. It's when Mahomes runs that same way, and he's jumping forward or lowering his shoulder. It's like, just slide. You know, you're not. He makes plenty of plays. I'm not going to get mad because my franchise quarterback slid and was being safe with it rather than risking an injury trying to lower his shoulder and gain that extra 2 yards. I'm confident we'll find a way to do it, and if not, it is what it is at that point. But just be smart with it, man. No one wants to see him get injured.
No, he's good for the NFL. He's a likable guy. I enjoy watching him. I have a ton of respect for him. But yeah, he doesn't help. He's the reason their team is as good as they are. But on this flip side, he's part of the reason they've lost 3 games now. He was definitely part of the reason they lost yesterday.
Well,
but
those in the margin games, you can't have big mistakes like that, and that was enough to make them lose. And
yeah,
to
and
get you guys right back in the game too.
And that was something else that pissed me off. Is he's a phenomenal runner, but I saw at least 4 holdings that were very obvious yesterday. That were just, oh yeah, that's fine. You can hold him as long as possible and let Allen get away. That's perfectly fine. Just pisses me off. 2 weeks in a row we're from the Zebras too.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else to add about the game, Ryan?
Yes. What other team has? So the Vikings have won 7 straight, and they've been 1-score games. What other team has done that? And there's only one other team in history that's done that.
Dolphins last year.
Nope.
Okay, they won 7. That's all I knew.
I know this. I heard this stat today on the radio. Fuck.
Patriots.
No. Any other guesses?
Falcons.
No guesses? All right. I'm very ashamed of you guys. The Chiefs in 2020 when they won the Super Bowl.
There we go. Find a way to win.
Yeah, we got Dallas up next. Hopefully we can make it 8 in a row. We're home dogs. They're favored by 2 points against us. I don't understand that. They just lost to the Packers and whatever. Just keep doubting the Vikings. The Vikings will make you pay for it, I guess.
They're America's team.
They're
and
America's
they just
team.
lost to the number 1 power ranking Packers.
I can't wait to see power rankings tomorrow and see how far the Packers jump up.
They'll be like number 3.
Are we just going to be looking at the in the zone power rankings because those other ones are trash?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are the most unbiased ones.
Just remember, in the one, power rankings don't matter because it's nothing with rankings. I know you guys have the success. You're finally seeing success for the first time, but don't rely on those. Also, just remember the Packers. There's certain teams that are basically the SEC of power rankings. The Packers, the Cowboys, Patriots, and whenever they win, they jump up super high. They jump up 8 spots. But when they lose, it's one at a time. It's slowly but surely. So
yeah, and it's not even.
And don't forget the Niners.
14.
Oh, and the that's another one. Niners, exactly.
Oh, okay. We'll go over all these teams since we're kind of hitting all the games this weekend. But yeah, it's just frustrating.
So let's jump ahead here to the Chiefs and the Jags.
Yes, sir. So I caught the first half of this game, and again, the only thing I have I'm not going to say the provider, but I might have a jailbroke like TV box that I can just get any channel, right? I was watching the Chiefs game, and whenever it lags, it kind of repeats like the previous 20 seconds over and over again. It lagged right on that Juju hit, and I've never been more like disappointed as a fan watching that because like it kind of worked as like a decent replay, but like my God, he got blown up on that play. And have we heard anything more on how long he's supposedly out?
I haven't heard any more news.
The only thing I know is it sounds like Mecole and him are going to be out for the Chargers game this upcoming week. But I mean, that was a scary scene. Other than that, Chiefs barely cover the spread, but they still covered it 27-17. Spread was 9.5. I mean, they're not nothing really too special about it. Seems like they're kind of coming in their own. Tony got his first touchdown. That looked pretty cool.
Hell yeah, dude! Kadarius Toney out there playing hopscotch down the sideline, putting it in the end zone. Marquez Valdez-Scantling got his first touchdown as well. He's lucky. So I sent out a message about Jags headhunting. It was right after Juju took that nasty hit. They threw a flag. They picked up the flag before the medical team was even on the field to check on Juju. And then, like a few plays later, Marquez went up for a ball. He's up in the air, has his arms up. If he didn't have his arm up and halfway sideways, he would have taken a direct shot into the head himself because I think it was Cisco, safety, just launched himself, just going full spear, crown of the helmet, right at the head and shoulders. So it looked nasty, but
yeah, how
glad
did
they got
the
out
refs
of there.
pick that flag up on that Juju hit? I don't get it.
They picked up multiple flags yesterday that would have gone the Chiefs' way.
That was helmet to helmet. Like it wasn't even close.
I mean, why didn't we throw him out of the game like they threw somebody else out yesterday?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
I mean,
And since when did the NFL have that rule too? That seemed like that was a college thing, and all of a sudden it was.
I don't think it is.
They've had it. It's just not. It's just not as common. Like it seems like they throw a player out every other game in college, but they just never do it in the NFL.
The hit we're talking about was on Herbert. He was rushing. He was beyond the line of scrimmage as a ball carrier. Guy came in from the side, helmet and shoulder down, catches Herbert from the side in the helmet, like across the face mask. It pretty much turned Herbert's face, his whole helmet sideways on his head, just like snapped his head around. So they threw a flag, threw the guy out of the game for the hit. But it's like there were multiple hits yesterday on other position players, other skill players, just like that one. And nobody left the game for it. No flags were thrown for it. So, I mean, he's a ball carrier at that point. He should be able to protect himself. So, I don't
know. That was another one during the Vikings game was Hawkinson got hammered head to head, helmet to helmet. And instead of them throwing a flag and a penalty on it, they go to Hawkinson and go, "Oh, you look like you maybe have a concussion. Go to the sideline and get checked out." Well, okay, you saw what happened. Why you just let it happen? It's so damn frustrating.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole Juju situation, he caught the ball, turned. He didn't even make a football move and got like just lit up. So he's technically still a defenseless receiver. There's rules for that. Marquez going up for the ball, defenseless receiver. There's a rule for that. Herbert was carrying the ball. He's not protected. I don't know.
I mean, they act like we don't review everything anyways. If they threw the flag down, they need to at least have a discussion about it. You can't pick that thing up with every other time that they stall games because they don't get it right. I mean, they need to get it right, especially if they're going to be looking at every little, like you said, if they're going to call it this way, then how the hell do you pick it up on a more egregious hit, So
for sure.
And that's NFL and college football. It's pretty bad right now.
But on that side, Mahomes lighting it up. Pretty average day for him, like 300 plus yards, 4 touchdowns. Just absolutely magnificent on the field every time he goes out. So
I heard on PMT today, they looked up his stats in his career. 1 in every 6 games, he has a 300-yard, 4 touchdown performance. Just absolutely.
Is that good? Is that good, Bryant?
I hear that's good. Getting a high score, I hear that's really, really good. So, no, I mean, unfortunately, it's just like if any other quarterback's doing that, if Justin Fields does that, if Jared Goff's doing that, they're having a heyday on SportsCenter.
Dude, this is just Mahomes every day. He's just out there doing his usual stuff. He's going to have to start throwing for 500 yards if we're going to, make him MVP or something.
Could you imagine, again, let's just flip the script on the Vikings game. If Josh Allen goes for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns and no turnover, and think the Chiefs won by 10 with losing the turnover battle 3-0 too, and losing the onside kick in the very beginning. So, I mean, we had a lot of mistakes too, and we still covered pretty well. But imagine if Josh Allen had that same Mahomes performance, ESPN would be rated XXX this morning. They would be.
They'd all be Mike Piera.
Gosh. And that's where
background.
From an outsider's perspective, for me, it's like 1A and 1 Hurts and Mahomes for MVP right now. But the thing about Mahomes is he loses his top receiver, and one of his top wide receivers this year is someone that the back-to-back MVP couldn't make into a good player. So it's just like, if the back-to-back MVP god Aaron Rodgers can't use MVS, but Mahomes can, Mahomes is pretty damn good.
Sure.
Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, like I said, pretty standard day. We did what we were supposed to versus the Jags. So who do we have next? Do you know off the top? It's
tomorrow, or it's the Chargers in LA, primetime Sunday.
Yeah.
So look for Mahomes, go for about 400 because he is a primetime player.
I need to know what Chargers players are hurt because I know Herbert's back, but I mean a lot of their receivers. I think Mike Williams is back. If they got a decent amount of their talent back, it'll be tough. But
I've got a fun fact for you, Bryant.
I'm ready to have some fun. Let's hear it.
Who in the league has one more catch than our boy Travis Kelce has.
Tyreek Hill.
Austin Eckler.
Yeah, dude, that guy is a fucking stud.
He's
It's
got
insane how good he is.
64 catches. Dude, is Justin Herbert a check down merchant?
He might be.
I think he is right now. He has to be.
He doesn't have a receiver.
top 2 receivers.
He doesn't. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have any weapons out on the field healthy. So
Right.
he's doing what he can. I mean, props to Herbert.
Right. I mean, throw it to Eckler and he'll get 12 yards on a sweep, or try and throw it to your no-name receivers and get nothing. I'll take the Eckler.
Yeah, there's very few running backs that I think that deserve that the big money contracts. I think Zeke has been proven that you don't pay running backs. I think Austin Eckler is one of those guys you got to pay. I don't know. I don't know if top money in the league, but I mean he needs to get a huge pay bump before his rookie deal's done because he's been carrying him.
I like this conversation. Who are your others? Because I've got Henry, Saquon, Eckler, Chubb this year. Chubb scares me though. Chubb, if he's not splitting time with Kareem Hunt, he has a lot of usage and he runs right into people. And then Kenneth Walker.
I worry about Saquon there as well because he's had issues staying healthy. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, so again, and again, that's the issue. We're talking about all these great running backs. Saquon been injured part time the last 2-3 years. I don't know how long he's been in the league. Chubb, same thing. Kenneth Walker's a rookie, so we don't even know other than his one Big Ten season and then this year. Derrick Henry's about the only one, but even he's had injury.
I was just gonna say he's had injuries.
Which
so.
He got paid. The man got paid. Let's not worry about him.
Man,
he was worth the money.
Dude, Commanders might be legit with Heineke, dude. They are taking it to the Eagles right now.
Love it.
Oh, is it back on? I was watching the National Tag Championships on ESPN too.
Talented and gifted.
I was watching that earlier too.
Trent had it playing. What the hell is Mike Pereira looking at?
His side piece, dude.
Dude, it's early in the morning. He's in the office a little earlier than usual, just getting funky.
Like I said, he was all bricked up in the morning there.
It's either a donut hole or a butthole, one of the two.
Yeah. Rusty balloon knot.
So
speaking of rusty balloon knots, Falcons and Panthers.
We got these games kind of going in order, so let's roll it back here to Thursday. As much as Joey doesn't want to look back.
Oh, I don't have much to say about this. It was a sloppy, rainy game. Panthers got up big, and then the Falcons made a little bit of a comeback, but not quite enough to get the win. So they are now a whole game behind the Bucks for first place. Division still up for the grabs. I mean, they play the Bucks still at the end of the year, and they've got I believe they have the Saints, and they've played the Panthers twice now. But yeah, so the Saints and Bucks. So division is still up for grabs. You guys know my feelings from the beginning of the year. I was hoping that we wouldn't even be in this position. I was hoping we'd be, I think the record is right about where I thought it would be, but I did not think we'd be playing for a division title. I thought the Bucks would be way better than they are. But
my question here is Donta Foreman for real?
And he looked it against the Falcons. And that Falcons interior line is pretty damn good. Grady Jarrett's a really, really good interior lineman. So I would say yes as of right now. I mean, he looks good.
Now look at the Panthers. They brought in a couple quarterbacks, and now they're on their third string, PJ Walker. That's getting it done. They have Christian McCaffrey that's been injury prone. They trade him away. They get all these picks, and people are going, "What idiots getting rid of the talent?" And now the backup running
Robbie Anderson too.
Yeah, and Robbie.
Yep. So, I mean, they're getting rid of all the – I mean, it's amazing to see this team that I've always thought has been incompetent, in the drafts and kind of been seen right now. It's going to be interesting how their offseason looks because they've got rid of their stars. They're getting assets, and now their backups are actually seeming to play well. I don't know if Chuba Hubbard's been jumping in there. I know he was the third string, but I don't know.
Let's not forget they also fired Matt Rule. They were the first ones to fire their coach.
Yep.
So –
yeah, and Bryant's uncle Steve has them churning right now. Steve Wilkes is over there, the head coach right now.
Yeah, I forgot about that guy.
You forgot about him? Well, don't forget him at Christmas. Make sure you take him some turkey or something.
I thought you were going to say Steve Wilkos from the from like those Maury shows in the middle of the day on Fox. You're not the father and shit.
That would be awesome.
The one big thing that we have to learn though in the Falcons Panthers game, just going forward in history, when there's hurricane level weather coming in, just bet the under. Just bet the make the smart bet, because here I was thinking the Falcons Panthers, who's going to cover the spread. There's hurricane level rain and the ground is wet and shit.
It was a Thursday game. That's the only fact you needed on the books.
Yeah, but I knew the weather was going to be bad too, and here I was like an idiot thinking like I've been riding the Falcons, and I think they've lost 4 straight spreads now.
So I'm pretty sure the Steelers broke the curse, but I was going to say you need to bet on the Falcons losing next week, because every team that has played the Panthers has lost the following week, regardless of win or loss. So,
yep. All right.
I think the Steelers broke that, but I'll double check while we go on to another game, because there's really nothing else to talk about. That game was just shitty to watch, but it was actually a high-scoring game for Thursday nights. So,
yeah,
there's that.
The Thursday night games are getting better now, which is nice. Like something to actually, while we're doing our college pod, just actually watch. So,
right.
Munching is awesome. What's this, Trent?
Munich.
Oh, Munich. My bad. I thought it was another Pereira joke.
That's Mike Pierre, yeah.
Tampa Bay was the home team in Munich, Germany.
And all the Germans over there just singing, "Take me home,
country roads."
Country roads.
Oh, I thought they were singing "Do
to a place I belong.
I belong."
It was great, man. It was. I think that was Is that the first game in Germany?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes, it was.
And they got
Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the first player to be able to play at all 5 international places, and then first one to win, I believe, on both different
3 of them.
Yes,
London, Mexico City, and Germany.
That's right.
And the United States.
Yeah, I suppose.
So 4 countries.
I suppose he's
got a
done
question
okay
for you guys.
in that country.
Thanks for stealing my
question.
stat there, Joey. I was gonna jump in. You just fucking derailed me.
Got a question. So I know you all saw a picture of those beers that they were drinking at the game. How much would one of those
Ones that were
cost?
these size?
How much would one of those cost in an American NFL stadium?
Whatever my
$40.
paycheck is times 2.
I'm saying 40.
I say easily 25.
Well, a 16-ouncer cost you what? $15?
Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
I haven't been to an NFL
like-
game in
I
a
haven't
couple
either,
years.
but
I think last time I was at US Bank a few years back is like 13.
Good
Cost
Lord.
of beer.
And I mean,
It's a good
They had
family
like-
outing.
they were easily
Yeah.
32 ounces, if not more.
Yeah, those beers were huge.
I'd
They're
be
probably
broke.
like a 40.
That'd be like a $400 game for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, see,
I have
You
a
learn
question.
to drink before you go into the game, Joey. That's what you
Oh,
learn.
I
to
mean,
do.
Ryan,
Tailgate.
you haven't drank with me yet. I do that, and then I drink in the game.
it says the price of beer at a Chiefs game is $8.50, but that's for a draft. That's not the big cans that are much more convenient to drink from.
The 16-ounce Bud Light that I bought when me and Clark went to a Chiefs game, like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. They were like $12 at that time.
Yeah.
It says it's went down the last couple of years, but I mean that's where like I don't know where
Don't
the
believe
NFL,
that rubbish them owners are telling you. Them prices have gone up.
I don't know where they can keep getting away, or like why they're like even questioning why people don't go to the game and they're watching it from home. It's like, dude, first off, and I think it's still the same price, but get any ticket. Let's just say $100, a very low price ticket.
Where'd you get
$100.
that
If you're
deal at?
lucky, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking nosebleeds, $100, right? Then you go to the park at the game, $60. Then you get any food there. Let's say you get a beer once a half. That's $17 here. You know, I mean, and you're gonna have other food, and you're gonna drink more than that, especially if you're Joey going to these games. But I mean, like, it's it's too expensive. Plus, then if you're that $60 parking, I can tell you isn't the most convenient to get out of either. When I left after the AFC Championship game, first off, I sat in my seat for about 45 minutes, and it took me another hour and a half to get to my seat or to my car, and then it took me another 45 minutes to get out of it. I mean, it was stupid, and that was me thinking like if I just let everyone out before me, like no, it was just a fucking traffic jam in there.
That sucks. 3 hours. Holy shit.
I mean, and that was after Tom Brady drove the football into my fucking dome and watched as they beat us in overtime. That was the Houston offsides game. So
okay.
Yeah, here I am. Couldn't even find my nuts because I was so fucking freezing there. And then after that game, drive 3 hours. So it's just one of those where, like I said, it just sucks because it's the experience. I mean, I've been to a few games at Arrowhead, loved it, and just lately, it's too damn expensive. $60 to park your car. It's not like they're still paying for the property. They've only owned it for what, 70 years? I mean, Jesus.
I know you're worked up, Bryant, but let's not get too excited because it wasn't just in Houston that was offsides.
No, what was it?
I can't remember the name of the defensive end.
D Ford.
D Ford. D freaking Ford, man.
D Ford. Yeah, it was one of them. I just knew Justin wasn't here, and but that's what I got to say about the Bucks game in Germany.
Bad memories. Let's move on.
Yep, Lions and Bears.
Wait, did we even say what the score was or anything, or did we just talk about the beers?
Tampa Bay won.
We talked about what mattered.
I was saying I don't want to.
It was a punt fest. Joey would have loved it. There were like a billion punts.
Yep.
Tom Brady won. He's 2-0 since divorcing Giselle.
Yep.
Tampa Bay covered the spread.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now
21-16.
Bears and the Lions. Justin Fields figured out how to play football.
Well, sort of. He is a cheat code. He gets a lot of fantasy points because he runs the ball a lot, scores a lot of touchdowns on the ground, throws some. He's not a great passer still. You kind of see that at the end of the game when he throws a pick six for the Lions to tie it. But he's still very good, yes.
If you're a betting man, I would say kind of like us, just take the over in these Bears games now.
Oh, I was going to see what the line for this next week is.
Over under 60.
So, unfortunately, the Bears were a negative or a 3-point favorite over the Lions. They were up, I think, by 20. Was it 30-10? And then they gave up 21 straight to lose. So,
So it's Chicago and Atlanta. The over is 48.5.
Hammer that.
It's pretty high. That's
I trust Joey, do I trust Atlanta to score enough points for the over to hit?
They're going to have to score more than 15.
You could have said the same thing about the Lions, though, this week.
Right.
Oh, I trust the Lions to score points. They, for a while, had the number one offense.
That Bears defense is pretty bad, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide.
Even though they finally traded their defense away, and it feels like they've opened up the playbook. Maybe they've gotten healthy. Maybe they've gotten their line blocking better. But it's just kind of funny that now all of a sudden they traded away a couple main defensive pieces, and now they started to open the playbook because it's like we can't rely on them stopping anything.
I think it's more so they're just like, fuck it. We got nothing to lose here. Let's just try some shit. And shit's working now. That would be what I would think that they were thinking anyway. So,
yeah. No, I guess I would have to agree. Maybe I would say, how's David Montgomery been going? That's about the only measure that I have in this Bears game, if I care or not, is how did David Montgomery do?
I just want to go on record saying that when Justin Fields wins an MVP, I said he was not a bad Ohio State quarterback in the NFL.
Joey wants that on the record. Mark it, please, somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joey, I'll send a reminder right before the NFL season next year, and I'll I'll ask you how much you want to put your own money down on that bet.
Okay.
So David Montgomery had 9 carries for 37 yards. Both rushing touchdowns were by Fields. So
Well,
Fields is a better
So
running
what-
back than Montgomery.
well,
True.
yeah. What I'm hearing is he's a ball hog. So yeah, when you just get to touch the ball every play and you don't give it to anyone, of course it's good. You're going to get a bunch of fucking yards and points. Yeah.
It's like
Everyone's worried
saying
about-
a pitcher is a ball hog. It has to touch the ball.
I haven't heard of too many second basemen that have gotten strikeouts. It's because they can't. 'Cause they don't get the ball.
Equal opportunity, Bryant. Equal opportunity.
Exactly. Throw me out. there.
moving
I'll throw a fit.
on.
Big matchup this week.
This was the Big Ten matchup of the week.
Okay, can we change the wording there, please? Titans edge the Broncos. Jesus, what is it? A countdown or something?
Oh, so
Yeah.
close, bro. So close.
My lord.
Cumsel Wilson.
Yeah. Oh.
It was
Ugh.
17-10. Moving on.
Yeah. easiest under I've ever bet in my life. Fucking-
Broncos country. Let's
Yeah.
come.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
feeling dangerous?
That's right.
Can't think of any edging puns here.
He's
Just
he's
that.
so inaccurate, he couldn't even hit the eyeball.
No. I said my face or my whole back or something. My lord.
Told you not to fuck up the sheets.
You know what? The more I hear about Russell Wilson, though, like how, like, not psychotic, but like kind of how self-centered he is, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if he was just very like, have you guys seen the movie American Psycho
Yeah.
with Christian Bale? I wouldn't be surprised if he was doing the classic Christian Bale when he's when he has those two women of the night and he's looking in the mirror and he's just flexing and looking at himself. I imagine that's going to be just Russ Wilson with Sierra. He has this beautiful woman in front of him and he's just looking at himself. You're dangerous. You're dangerous. Like,
He's holding a sub in front of himself. Just
yeah. Fucking.
Mr. Unlimited.
do it
oh,
high
this is
knees.
spicy.
So I have him more of the Jason Sudeikis, where he's staring at himself in the mirror and, you want this dick? You want this dick? And he's like, she wants this Russ. Let's ride, baby. Ride me, baby.
Oh.
Is that Wanderlust?
I think so. It's with Jennifer
Yeah.
Aniston, right? Yeah.
Paul Rudd, but yeah, you won't.
Yeah, Paul Rudd. Yep. Damn it. I fucked that whole thing up. I'm going to make it.
The funny
21
thing
sexiest
is-
man in the world.
The funny thing is if we had any if we didn't have any Broncos fans, we might now, because I'm guessing the Broncos fans probably feel the same exact way.
Well,
Uh-huh.
Lamar Murray, yeah, he had 286 touchdown interception. I mean, the crazy thing is like Derrick Henry just didn't even have any. Like Derrick Henry had 53 yards rushing. Tannehill had a day, 255 for 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, did all right.
Game
I
manager,
just didn't
baby.
watch the game.
Yep. The defensive battle. On the
Yeah.
opposite end of that, Miami. Woo!
Dude, they're rolling.
So
Tua,
Fun to be a fin.
Tyreek, Jay Waddle.
Waddle.
I mean, come on. They're rolling.
Isn't this Joey's #1 team in the nation right here?
It is. It is.
So they're playing the Browns, who some would think is a more defensive team. Not real potent on offense. They did come out and score early. Jacoby Brissett was rolling. Looked like he used it all up right away. Just pedaled to the floor, ran out of gas right away. But yeah, could not keep pace with the high octane Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. And now with Minnesota beating the Bills yesterday and the Dolphins winning, Dolphins and the Bills tied for first in their division. Dolphins going into their bye week. They're set up pretty
Technically,
good right now.
Looking at tiebreakers here, the Bills are number 3.
True. True.
I was going to bring that up, Joey. That little dance. Waddle's got to have. I think Trent, if you can look that up since you're hosting the Waddle Penguin shirt, that one's actually pretty fucking legit.
Waddle Penguin shirt.
Yeah, but I mean, credit where credit's due. Tua, not only he had a pretty effective game, 285 passing for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Only had 7 incompletions, and he spread that ball out pretty well. I'm just going to go through the receptions real quick. Waddle, 4 receptions. Sherfield, 4 receptions. Ingold, 4 receptions. Tyreek, 5 receptions. Gillespie, or Gesicki? Gesicki, 2 receptions. Wilson, the running back, 2 receptions. Mostert, 4 receptions. Wilson Jr., 1 reception. So, everyone praises Mahomes when he does it. I think we need to do it a little bit when Tua does it as well, especially considering we didn't know if he was going to be able to walk fucking 2 months ago at this point.
Tua does not have the deep touch that Mahomes or Allen does, probably even that Rodgers does anymore, but man, his accuracy over the middle of the field in short game is second to none. It is spot on for shit. So I think they've got a good team around him. The addition of Wilson was amazing, getting rid of Chambers or whatever his name was back to the Niners. He was so bad at just getting yards, expected yards that he should be getting, and Wilson's just so much better. So I'm going to stick by what I said last week. I still think Miami is a team to beat, man. They are on fucking fire.
So speaking of MVP odds earlier, Tyreek Hill is number 10, and I believe Waddle was maybe number 4 or 5.
For MVP?
Yes, for MVP.
Waddle was 4 or 5?
Not Waddle, sorry. Tua.
Okay.
It's a quarterback award. It was the quarterback. My bad. Sorry. Don't have a heart attack on me. Sorry.
I've mentioned this one time before, but if you're ever looking for a decent prop in a game, Tyreek Hill's receptions in a game is actually pretty good. He's only had 2 games this year where he's had less than 6 receptions. Otherwise, it's 8, 11, 2, 10, 7, 12, 7, 12, 7, 5. So, if you're ever looking for like a player prop that you're pretty confident, Tyreek's the security blanket for him. I know they got a bunch of receivers, but that's a pretty decent one to look out for because typically Vegas won't go much higher than 5.5, 6.5 receptions because otherwise you just bet under every single freaking time.
That is beautiful.
Oh, let me get it a little different view here.
Honestly, that's not even the one I was thinking, but
is this isn't the one? Because I like this one.
Yeah, I like that one too. Like I said, I love that he's just leaning into a Waddle with a fucking dolphin in there. TCU lose that? Oh my lord!
Yeah, that's a sweet shirt.
Hell yeah! If I wasn't in the AFC and I had to hate the Dolphins, I might think of buying
that. Come on, Bryant. It's fun to be a Fins fan.
Fun, PHUN.
Hey, I see Watson's back to practicing this week now, Deshaun. He was eligible to
come back this week, right?
Yeah, he's eligible to practice.
Week 11's coming up.
Well, with our latest one that said a team edged the other one, pretty soon we're going to say the Browns are beating off another team. But until then, yeah, get out of here. No, but Giants run over Texans. I see.
So, Joe, all right, just to sum it up, Dolphins win 39-17 and are now first place in the AFC East.
Oh, East. I was like, AFC.
They look like they could be still dangerous in the AFC.
And they have the tiebreaker over the Bills at this point.
Be super curious to see a KC Miami matchup, that's for sure.
AFC Championship game.
Golly. That one loss by the Bills, and it's super early. We got a lot of time here. I'm just looking at the playoff picture. That one loss dropped the Bills from first place with the tiebreaker to 6th place because there's so many 6-3 teams.
They missed playoffs.
Yeah, they are. Let's see. The Titans would host the Bills.
They're lost to the Jets, man. Jets are over top of them.
Well, oh shit! Yeah, I guess I just realized
and they still have another game against both the Bills and the Dolphins too.
Mm-hmm. Actually, the whole AFC East is in the playoffs right now.
Yes, they are.
Yikes! All right.
Did you say Weast? Did I hear that correctly? Were our preseason predictions not correct?
Weast? I thought you said
we would
East.
never get preseason predictions wrong.
Ugh.
Texas A&M, Notre Dame.
I am so looking forward to how wrong at the end of the year all of our college football one. I mean, season's almost over anyways. Sad, but I can't wait to look at those, and I can't wait at the end of this season. Look how bad our fucking our MVP picks and shit like that. Actually, our MVP should be pretty good. I mean, it's all the top players right now. I think. Do we have a list of that right now?
It's in the Google Doc? Didn't we put it in there?
I guess I'll look for it in a second.
What up, Don? Moving on.
Yeah.
Giants.
Yep.
The Giants are
what the Giants
7-2.
Just like we all thought, right?
Oh yeah.
Just like we all thought.
Put your money
We
on
all
those
knew
New
the
York
Giants-
teams, baby.
We all knew the Giants were going to be good. I mean, now they beat the Texans. Let's be real.
Hey, a win's a win.
Yes, yeah. It's the NFL.
It was a busy day for old Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you have? 150? 150 yards?
Yeah. Was it like 152?
Yep.
152, 35 carries. Good God.
Yeah, man.
Saquon could definitely be in the running for a comeback player of the year. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Easy. Is there anybody else you have on that list right now?
Honestly, Zadarius Smith for the Vikings. He's been freaking. He leads the league in pressures. I think he's second in sacks. I mean, he's coming off an surgery. But the Giants don't have an easy schedule coming up. They've got the Lions, which the Lions can score a lot of points. Then they've got the Cowboys and the Commanders and the Eagles, then the Commanders, then the Vikings day before on Christmas Eve. So, yeah, they don't have an easy schedule.
The Giants, people are saying they're kind of like the Vikings. They're winning all these games by just a couple points, under a possession, whatever. It's the NFL. Win's a win. But, yeah, like you said, their schedule is not going to get easy.
The Giants have been just grinding out their wins all season. Like, that's their style of football. And whenever it's a one-possession game, I'm betting on the Giants right now.
And maybe Brian Daboll's doing the same thing as KOC and just not showing all of his cards, just doing enough to win the game and playing conservative.
Yep.
When we're done with this game, I have the list in front of us for we'll do Super Bowl predictions that we had as well as the MVP so far.
When do you want to do this?
Just whenever we're done with this game, if there's anything more we wanted to.
We got a few more games left. Let's get through the games.
We'll do it after the games. Yep. Okay. We got the Steelers and the Saints. Steelers win just like we all predicted, right?
Bryant was the only one who called that game.
Yeah, I had the Saints covering that.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, I had the under. I had the under, so I was still good.
I at least ended up going 500 this weekend, but man, like it seems like in the NFL, you either have a good morning or you have a good you either have a good like noon slate or you have a good 3 p.m. slate. Because my God, you just go through waves of like 4 in a row of losing and then 4 in a row winning. At least it feels like for me.
So,
what was the under on this?
40.
I got that right, and someone I got it wrong. Dicks.
You're welcome. I did that.
Let me click.
We were just surprised you didn't take a money line, so we just thought you lost.
Here's Moneyline Trent making fun of me.
Okay, Moneyline Mahosky.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with it. When I'm not on a podcast and everyone makes fun of me, that's okay. It happens.
You know what the sad thing is? I wish I could do money line so well. I do so much better with just giving myself points and spreads. I've been doing just a pick'em at my work for about 6 years now, and I think I might have won 1 week. And we have a pool of about, I think it's like 30, 40 people. But it's like, could I eventually just stumble into a win? So as much as we study for money line, if you can pick it, good job.
I see
Right. Page.
Yeah, NFL expert 9 is taking a 2-game lead on our pick'em.
Yeah.
We need
Don't
to
want to
kick
hear
him
about
the
it.
hell out of here.
Yeah, the Steelers they double up the Saints 20-10 here. Now let's roll on to this next game. The Colts and the Raiders. Jeff Saturday.
Big
First
win.
game as an interim head coach. Just win, baby. Like, I don't know. Do you think he's going to be just a player's coach?
I'm
The
going to
players
be
are going to like
picking
him.
Jonathan Taylor for running backs from now on because he loves to run the ball from that famous altercation with Peyton Manning. So,
Yep.
we got to run the ball.
Yeah, and Jonathan Taylor had a huge game on Saturday.
He did.
Yeah.
I thought
would've
their
took
line
him.
was dead. Like there was no hope. I mean, and then this happens. I don't know.
I mean, I think the simple thing that Jeff Saturday did was that he took out the very unqualified second-year guy. He put back in the guy that you're paying a bunch of money for, Matt Ryan. Then he started running the ball with your with your best weapon, the running back. I mean, I don't know. And another thing as well, and we've seen so many times, is sometimes it's just like the attitude change once you get rid of the toxic. I'm not saying Frank Reich is a toxic part, but like once you get rid of that kind of like cloud over you, all of a sudden you're playing with a little more energy. You want to come into work. So
It just kind of
He
seemed
got
like
it
they'd
done.
lost their way. They were chasing their tail, trying to figure out what they were doing wrong, and just kept changing stuff they didn't need to change. And it just couldn't get it figured out. And Jeff Saturday comes in, keeps it simple, and they get a win.
Only thing I know is Jeff Saturday fucked my first half coverage. It was they're 0-9 all year. It was the easiest ride of the fucking time. And then, but you know what? To Jeff Saturday's credit, that was me. I trusted the Raiders. What have I said?
That was me.
If there's one thing you need to know about betting, the Raiders will Raider and they will fuck you. So don't trust the Raiders. But it was trust the Raiders, trust the Colts with a first game coach. I mean, fuck me, I guess.
See, I like that. I like Jeff Saturday. I think he's going to be a player's coach. He's going to let them have fun. I think he is liked by the players. Maybe they rally around him. Like you said, he let their big money quarterback play. They gave the ball to their best player. Shocking what happens when you do that kind of stuff.
Amazing. And
Is he the coach next year? Say he even wins out. Is he the coach next year?
If he wins out, he'll be back as coach easy. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, he'll probably be underpaid, but I mean, he'll come back as a coach, and they'll just surround him with like they do now. Like we said, they have 2 ex-head coaches on staff right now, so they have the talent, if you will. They have the people that can manage this. I mean, maybe he's just one of those guys that. Have you ever worked with someone that you feel like does no work, but they know how to delegate and make shit happen? Yeah, exactly. Joey knows what I'm talking about.
It's me.
If he can just get people to delegate and do it right, then that is what it is.
So then,
job
was Joe Thomas a stooge for calling out Irsay for making Saturday the coach?
No,
I trust Joe Thomas. That guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. Because again, it's because he beat the Raiders. Let's not act like he went out and beat the 85 Bears. He beat the Raiders, who Raider. The Raiders are 2-7 right now. So I mean, let's get it a couple more weeks. But I agree with Joe Thomas, but also good for Jeff Saturday.
A wise man once told me, "You play who you play." So there's that.
Every team in the AFC West coaches, they have that quote written on their hands for every press conference. I can only play who I play.
Yeah, you can only play who's on the schedule. That's
exactly right.
All you can do.
The afternoon thriller.
Dallas and the Packers. I mean, Dallas.
Why didn't they
loses
just name
this one?
America's game? These are the 2 best teams in America that's loved by everyone.
1 and 2 on the power rankings this week.
Was it the battle of the douchebags? Is that what we're saying?
Number.
Can you talk about Jerry Jones?
Number 1 and 2 in the power rankings, and number 1 and 2 in America's hearts, Dallas Packers.
Everybody, America's team.
You know,
everybody loves it.
Fuck the Packers. I'm still mad about Super Bowl 1. Okay, They ruined the Chiefs' initial season. No,
So
But yeah,
this is how interested I was in this game. I got home from helping my brother build his garage thing, and turned this game on, turned the YouTube TV guide on, and didn't turn my speaker on, and just left the guide on while I was just scrolling on my phone. That's how much I cared about it.
and then TikToked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Kind of a stinker.
Yep.
Alan Lazard set the Packers up for the game-winning field goal. That's all I got out of the game. And then one receiver had like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Was it Christian Watson, the rookie, who had 3?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Dak did not look impressive at all.
Because that's what Dak is. Like, I've always kind of felt like that. Like, everybody talks him up so much, and then I don't know. I don't get it. Like, they talk him up, and then this is what you get.
It's because he's America's team's quarterback. That's why. I mean, it was the same way with Tony Romo too. Tony Romo was a very decent quarterback, but he was never someone that was going to take you to the big game.
But Ryan, they scored 49 on the Bears.
Yeah.
It's true. It is true.
We're coming out of a golden age of quarterbacks with Manning, Breeze, Brady, like Roethlisberger, like people that were great, game in and game out. And really the only true great quarterback we have in the league that is every single game consistent is Mahomes. Like, I mean, and we said the same thing with like Josh Allen. I almost said Jared Allen. Josh Allen earlier, where he has up and down games. I think that's just the norm in the league, and we just expect everyone to be perfect like Mahomes all the time. I mean, look how much we shit on Mahomes last year for having like 3 bad games.
He's not perfect. I did watch that conference championship last year when I don't know what Mahomes was doing. So he's not perfect. Okay.
Every time I watch Dak, I have the exact same thing. I say the same thing every time I watch him. Is he's just not. He doesn't impress me that much.
But they had the most prolific offense in the league last year. I mean, I think it's just sneaky. Like, he has very good games and very bad games, and I think for the most part, we just pay attention to the really bad games.
Hold on, which quarterback are we talking about now? The very good
Dak.
Dak, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I think it's a norm for the NFL right now is quarterbacks have really good games and really bad games, unless you're Mahomes. And to be honest with you, I can't think of another quarterback. Well, when he's healthy, when he doesn't get concussed.
I mean, Rodgers has been on the downhill the last couple of years, but he's still somewhat consistent. Josh Allen, when he's 100%, he's pretty tough, but he's not even the great. He doesn't have the consistent every game. I'm just trying to I almost feel like because there's not even really running backs that you could rely on like Emmitt Smith. You're going to get your 100 or whatever every game.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like we're in the age of you're going to have your receivers that get the yards every game, even if your QB has the shitty game, you're going to have your wide receiver that has 75% of the yards and gets his catches because he's the one that's getting open in the schemes that they have nowadays.
When we were talking about the Finns game, I was looking up Tyreek stuff because I was like, man, is this his first game not having 100 yards? No, he had a 33-yard game earlier this year with Tua playing. Like, I just think the way that the offenses are set up now, it's very hit or miss, and you have to be lights out almost every week to be considered great, to be honest with you. But that's just one fat guy from Iowa's opinion.
There's, I think last week I saw that just scoring as a whole is down this year compared to past. I think the defenses have really stepped up, or maybe something's happened where the reffing helps with the defenses. But yeah, scoring as a whole is down this year.
So that's kind of where my question comes in. Is Dallas is supposed to have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and they let the Packers, a struggling offense, find their footing and go on to score, 31 on you? What's up with that?
Yeah, that was the most puzzling part of the game for me.
They're in the fourth quarter and have a 14-point lead. That's just, that definitely changed my top 5 of teams. I don't know about you, Clark.
Same, yeah.
So I heard I went into a patient's room today to do an injection, and they had ESPN on, and they were saying the Cowboys were in their franchise history like 179-0 when leading after the third quarter until yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
And to blow it against.
Go ahead.
I was saying, and to blow it against that Packers team, which everyone has written off, basically. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it a little Lambo magic, maybe?
So last year, the average through the halfway point of the season was 47 points in a game. This year, it's down to 43.3, I believe.
Hear that, folks? Bet the unders every week.
Every under, yep.
The game we all wish we would have watched.
Yeah.
Colt McCoy is the best quarterback in Arizona.
Kyler Murray had bilateral thumb injuries, I believe, is what kept him out of this game.
He somehow pulled a hammy while playing Call of Duty. I don't know.
Dude, I mean, unless you've grinded for gold camos like I have, you'd understand how a hammy gets pulled when you're kicking your table in front of you because you're trying to get 3 kills in a row and some asshole camping a corner.
With a shield. You're trying to get those 3 kills with the shield. What are you, a madman?
How do you get the shield gold? What do you have to get kills with the shield or what?
2 kills in life 10 times.
I hate people like you.
Yeah, well, I just had to get the gold, but guess what? I do try other weapons. I love that the Cardinals games just turn into Modern Warfare updates. But I'll tell you, I do try and grind a lot of guns. But when I do get pissed, when I get in like a 4 or 5 death losing streak, I just switch that Ride Shield class and I become the biggest D-bag out there. It is it's fun and it's relieving. Just standing there with your gold shield. Some guy starts shooting at you. They walk up because they're about to throw a Semtex, and you hit them with a throwing knife, and then you pick up your knife and you go on.
So I wonder if that thing is true, where it says Kyler has spent an average of 5 hours a day playing Call of Duty since its release.
Who knows?
God, I'll be honest. I mean, I could see it. I probably am getting pretty close when I get home from work and between 30 minutes to cook and eat, and then I'm right back on it,
Bryant, are you not watching film on how to direct trucks for TMC?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Safety messages and how to secure loads. I do that occasionally, but yeah, I mean, again, if I was getting paid the salary that Kyler would, I would be burning my Xbox and videotaping it for my boss to show how committed I am if you're paying me $12 million a year, So.
Well, it was the worst thing in the world that he had to spend 4 hours a week watching film.
Yeah,
5 hours a day of cost. Oh, that's no problem at all, guys. I got this covered.
But let's be real honest. That looked like in the grand scheme of things, it makes both of them look stupid. It looks like unfair to Kyler because, like, sure, he plays video games and he streams, but he's also a grown ass man. But also, like, for the team, it's like, so you just signed a quarterback that you don't trust is going to grind film. Like, I mean, how often do we see, like, I thought he was a fucking lunatic. But Peyton Manning, he's sitting with a fucking helmet on his head in a jacuzzi rehabbing, and he's watching film on an iPad. I mean, and that isn't the only film he watched that day. He went home in his home theater, and then his wife gave him his HGH, and then he was watching film as well, though. I mean, he was watching film all the time.
The minute the Vikings for Hawkinson, Cousins called the film department up and said, get me a highlight reel of all of Hawkinson's big plays, including in college, so I can study what he does. I can guarantee you Kyler hasn't done that.
There's no college tape in there, just so you know. Oh, look, he blocked again.
Kirk was on his home line, or his landline, calling the IT department while grilling his burgers on foil.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the funny thing with Arizona is they're 4-6, and a quarter of their wins is with Colt McCoy starting.
It's not I mean, that's just straight up percentages and facts right there,
That right there.
and
Don't math that for the heartland, so.
But yeah, I mean, how do the Cardinals fix this right now though? Because again, like we've talked about how they're a second half team and they have to rely on heroics to even look competitive in a game. I don't know. I've stopped watching them because they're just a boring team. They're not. I mean, they got Hopkins back, but
they let a team without a pulse score 17. I mean, the Rams are dead. They're imploding from within. Everybody hates each other there. I don't know if the Rams are favored in any more games, I'm definitely betting the other team because I love taking underdog bets and cashing in. So I'm going to be watching that.
Sean
And
McVay
now-
and Aaron Donald should have retired like they said they were going to.
Yeah.
Should have.
And now Cooper Kupp, high
Injured.
ankle sprain. He's going to be out. He's going to miss some time. So that's arguably their best player.
They're dead.
Done for.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, hold on real quick. We were talking about
Rams
TJ
are
Hawkinson.
3-point dogs to New Orleans this week.
Ooh, that is just a take the under in this game. That is ugly.
That's an insult.
What is the under? Is it 35? Is it going to be
39 and a half.
39 and a half.
39 and a half.
That's Iowa Hawkeye scores there, baby.
Woo,
Is,
baby.
is,
Hell yeah.
is Stafford out again or what?
Probably. I don't
It
know.
No,
don't matter if
isn't-
he is.
isn't-
Cooper Kupp's gone. He's got no one to throw to.
That's true.
All right, real quick about TJ Hawkinson, because we were talking about bringing up his stats and looking that all up from college. Joey, what was TJ Hawkinson's career stats at Iowa? 2 years.
I don't know. Did he have 400 yards and 5 touchdowns?
I'm really
2
disappointed
years.
pancake blocks were not the first stat given by Joey.
We don't keep track of those at Iowa. They just happen every play.
There you go. You were close for season one. Total was 70 receptions for 1,037 yards and 9 touchdowns over 2 years.
Okay. Oh, you did say 2 years. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I would have guessed 800 yards and 10 touchdowns then, but yeah, all right.
That was still damn close.
Mhm. Moving on, Chargers and the Niners.
Jesus, Eagles. Jesus.
Whoa.
Is this America's
49
favorite team playing against LA's second favorite team?
Yes.
Yeah, they're saying that Niners can beat anybody. What are they, like 4-5? Anybody though?
5-4.
Yeah, they can beat anybody.
Yeah,
those
that's
4 losses.
That's what we call winning record
They-
in the NFL. Trent 5-4. Okay.
They can beat anybody.
They beat a
except
team
the 4
that
teams they
doesn't
didn't.
have anybody.
I hate that when they say that. The Niners can beat anybody. Well, they can't beat the 4 teams that they lost to.
The Jets can beat anybody.
I
The
mean,
Panthers can beat anybody.
let's look
Okay.
at this at a very technical standpoint. Any team can beat any team because they're playing that week.
Because they have to show up.
You know who can't win a game every week in the NFL? The Iowa Hawkeyes, because they're in college football, or the Southeast Valley Panthers or Jaguars because they're high school football. So yes, every team can beat every team.
Yep.
I do hate that. Like, oh, now they got Christian McCaffrey, who didn't lead them in receiving or rushing. I mean, I get it; he's another piece, but yeah, they will climb those power rankings after beating a depleted Chargers team.
What I see that Garoppolo is 10-2 when he has thrown for 0 touchdowns, which tells me the defense is really damn good. But they're playing, like you said, they're playing a Chargers team that has nobody to throw the ball to.
I honestly think that they should go with Brock Purdy. He knows how to throw to a good tight end. He knows how to hand the ball off to someone in the backfield. He knows how to use a outside weapon and just get him open in the slot. I mean, that's all he needs to do. How does that Niners offense not score every fucking play? They have 3 playmakers on that line. They have Trent Williams, as their left tackle. Like,
Is he injured?
what the fuck?
I think he was playing last night. I heard
he
his
is
name.
he
back.
was.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
the last
I
2
saw-
wins have been against both of the LA teams that are just the Chargers can be good if they're the Rams are just dead, and then the 2 games prior they get killed by the Chiefs and manhandled by the Falcons. So you put some actual talent against them, they can't score, and guess what? They're not that great.
It is worth noting that Trent's prediction that Brock Purdy would be starting quarterback by week 9 is dead. It's past. It did not happen. Trent was wrong.
Well,
Sorry,
the
bud.
fact that he did take some snaps though is pretty good.
Because
Like I
they
said,
were
he's a-
losing
I saw-
so badly. It's because
I saw a tweet yesterday because Cameron Dicker is the Chargers kicker right now, and there was a tweet that said, "Get Brock Purdy into the game. He's the only one that can beat Dicker right now because he beat him every year in college too."
Just as a heads
So
up, including the preseason, our teams are 3-0 versus the Niners. So the Niners, you can officially suck our dicks. That's all I'm going to say. You can't beat our team.
So I want to do a shameless plug here, okay? Because I just hate, I
really
just
like
hate the national media and the power rankings. I just do because I know this week Packers will be like 7th and the 49ers will be 3rd ahead of the Vikings, I'm sure. Go to In the Zones and look at Peter's power rankings after this week because Peter is a pretty damn good writer, it looks like. Yeah, and then we have a weekly recap too that is pretty damn good also. So shameless plug there.
I would say we need to figure out when he posts that because like I said, it would be fun to incorporate that into either our Monday pods here or even the bet Road to 272.
I was gonna say I think Road to 272 will be the way to do it.
Cool.
So now that we've gone through every game, Bryant, we were talking about going over our preseason predictions. Now that we're 10 weeks into this thing, you want to hit us with that?
Yep. So right now we'll do the MVP first. Trent, you had Joe Burrow. Ryan, he had Justin Jefferson. Clark, you had Mahomes. I had Josh Allen, and then Joey had Justin Herbert. So, I mean, a decent run at the end of the season. All of a sudden, I mean, I think any one of those guys can win it. You know, if they carry their team. And then as far as the Super Bowl matchups, Trent, you had Buffalo, Minnesota. Ryan, you had Buffalo, Minnesota. Clark, you had Kansas City, San Fran. I had Kansas City, Arizona.
Screw you, Clark.
And then Joey had Chargers, Tampa Bay. So
they're all still alive. They're all still alive.
Every one of those teams, yeah.
I mean, nothing.
Nobody's been eliminated yet.
Wait, Brian, who was yours? Chiefs and who?
Mine was Kansas City Cardinals. I hope that happens. Yeah. I hope the Cardinals make that Super Bowl, man.
I feel like the Cardinals might be a little out of it, but they're actually probably close to the last wild card spot, actually.
So I would say there's 7 games left, my friend. Anything can happen at this point.
Yep.
DeAndre Hopkins is back. They got Hard Knocks there. JJ might be back. Who the fuck else is on that stupid team? They released their best.
JJ Watt played this week, dude.
What's that?
JJ Watt played this past week.
There we go. He's
should have had his scoop and score, but the refs called it forward, or his arm going forward wasn't even close. If I was JJ Watt, I'd be pissed because he picked that ball up and ran. It was an easy scoop and score.
I don't know if he did it, but there was a guy on Twitter that retweeted to him or tweeted at him and be like, "Bro, can you help me out? I just lost $1,000 betting on your touchdown that they called back." And JJ's like, "Yeah, hit me up. Hit me up with your address. I'll send it." So, you know, like that just makes me. It's like, one, good on that guy, but man, what a whiny little bitch if you're gonna bet that money and then lose it, and then you're gonna go to JJ Watt, millionaire. Can you help me out? Because I mean,
what are the who actually bets that JJ Watt scores a touchdown? Nobody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sorry.
Right?
What's that?
I was going to say right now with the NFC, the 49ers have the last spot at 5-4. So 4-6 is not out of it.
Yeah, dude.
You got Washington, Packers, Falcons, Cardinals, all right there.
For the Niners or Cardinals?
For the wild card.
Oh, for the wild card. Let's see. The Cardinals, yikes. Cardinals have Niners, Chargers, Patriots, Broncos, Bucks, Falcons, and then Niners again. So that's a pretty tough slate. They needed to win a few games like the let me see here. Earlier who'd lose to. God, they actually just had a tough schedule this year. They had the AFC West, which is going to be tough other than the Raiders every week. And then the NFC South, it looks like. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's I agree. It's possible, but I don't think it's happening.
Hopefully, I know the Packers, the Titans on Thursday. I don't have any faith in the Titans winning, but that'd be nice. Then they have the Eagles. That should hopefully be a loss.
I think the Titans defense is legit. I don't know. I got faith in them.
I haven't watched them enough to really know. I really don't know.
I mean, they did enough with the Chiefs, and again, I don't know if that. I mean, Vrabel just has our number as well. But I mean, they look solid enough versus the Chiefs, and if you can slow that offense down, I mean, they just couldn't quite put it away. And that was also trying to win a game by not passing and having Malik Willis starting. So we didn't even play the best Titans, if you want to look at it that way.
I have to ask you guys a question here, and this isn't me being sarcastic or anything. As Chiefs fans, you can basically say, compared to the Chiefs, they did this because the Chiefs are a standard that is set to, for comparison. It must be nice for a team like that. That's the standard.
It hasn't always been this way, Ryan.
Yeah, it only took 40 years of pissing the game away, and again, as Vikings fans, the feeling too. So yeah, like I said,
turned 33, and in a positive, I will never see a Super Bowl in my lifetime, and I haven't seen a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
You've got to remember the Chiefs aren't that many years removed from not having a wide receiver score a touchdown all season.
Again,
the thing is, they were always like on the cusp, but they're always like middle of the road. They were never bottom of the barrel. But
they were never downright atrocious.
Yeah, even like when they had Alex Smith, I mean, they were solid.
If they made the playoffs, they were losing game one. That's just how it went.
Yeah,
so, pissing it down their leg when they have Priest Holmes and that amazing offensive line to fucking Peyton Manning, that piece of
shit.
I hate Peyton Manning so much.
How many great running backs does Kansas City had?
Who was the amazing kick returner you guys had?
Dante Hall.
Yeah.
So
it's like I'm jealous that you guys have a team that is the standard, and maybe the Vikings can turn into that now. I mean, they're looking damn good, but you guys have been the standard for 4 years now, basically.
Make some moves, take a quarterback about number 10. You guys will be right in it.
Yeah, wait till Iowa State beats quarterback by 56 and then draft him.
That's right.
Honest question, though. Do you guys see any quarterbacks in college in the foreseeable future that are like super NFL ready?
Arch Manning.
If you ask Bryant, Patrick Mahomes wasn't NFL ready when the Chiefs took him. So
I agree. I still agree with that take at that time. And then we got Andy Reid, and everything fell into place. Well, we had Andy Reid, but not the right quarterback. But I will still stand by that. When you see Iowa State score 66 points and you can't put up anything on that defense, I'll stand by that take until the end of time. I was wrong, but I was justified at that time to be upset.
Didn't they go 5-7 that year too? Texas Tech, like they didn't even make a bowl game with that Mahomes.
That was back when Trayvon Boykins was the best QB in the Big 12.
Yeah,
Jesus, Trayvon Boykin. And
so I just was scrolling Instagram reels the other day, and there was like a whatever happened to. It was Tank Carter.
What did happen?
That dude was
linebacker.
Yeah, he he got in the NFL, played a couple of seasons, and then
drafted by the Browns, I think.
Yeah, and he played for the Bills as well, maybe, and then he tore his ACL or something like that, and was cut, and now he owns his own cement company in Texas or something like that.
Oh, nice. But yeah, so do you guys see any QBs like in the foreseeable future as NFL ready?
I don't trust the really on-field performance here. I mean, you got to be looking for the intangibles. That's what Mahomes has. It's just that ultimate competitor mentality. He's going to study the game and give it 100% every time. Like, he just makes Andy Reid's system work beautifully. So, I don't know. I hate to sit here and say, like, oh, Bryce Young is the guy you need, because he's not. He's not the guy you need.
No,
he might. He probably do just fine in the NFL, but you just need somebody special that might not be somewhere they need to be right now, and in the NCAA, making a big name for themselves. That's kind of where I stand.
But yeah, I mean, you make a good point. Like, it could be somebody that's in
Miami,
FCS,
Ohio, Roethlisberger,
FCS. I mean, look at Carson Wentz. Look at Josh Allen. Could be somebody that we don't even know of yet. We haven't heard of him because he's playing in the FCS.
Joey thinks that CJ Stroud's that guy.
I do like CJ Stroud. If I was going to pick a quarterback coming out this year, it'd be Devin Leary from NC State. He looks really fucking good. I think he's got a huge arm, very accurate. If he gets in the right system, I think he'd be better than Pickett. So there's that.
What about like Caleb Williams? I know he's a big name. He came from Oklahoma. He followed Lincoln Riley to USC. I mean, Lincoln Riley's a quarterback whisperer. I mean,
I like it.
USC's doing really good this year.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield was great.
Yeah.
The thing with Caleb Williams, I think, is going to be, is he going to have that mental fortitude? Because I know he was even having complaints in the offseason about, Oklahoma fans were upset that I was leaving. This is my choice. It's like, yeah, because you committed to their school and it's never happened to them before, but then you left with their deserter coach. So could you not understand there might be a little backlash and stuff? So if you're not going to be able to understand that, how are you going to be able to understand when at an NFL team, they berate you for having a bad game? You know,
Right.
Caleb really hasn't even had that too many terrible games in college, and he's still having that type of mentality. So I don't know. I think he's kind of soft as baby shit right now.
Another one to look out for, Spencer Petras.
Yep. Alex Padilla.
Yeah.
In about 4 years, J.J. Cole.
Ooh, J.J. Cole. Yeah. We'll get into that on Thursday, Trent, but I think they need to make a change, man. It's because right now we ain't got the answer with who we got right now.
No. Well, let's hit the movie minute here.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll let you guys take it because
Eagles going to get their
I
first
haven't seen
loss.
That looks like it. Jesus.
I would say Washington.
Yes. More
only
bots.
thing that matters, the overhit.
And more importantly, 69xxx.life is now following us and commenting.
The sex bots are
again?
back.
Yeah.
One of Kevin's followers.
Kevin, this probably is Kevin.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for sharing the YouTube.
I don't want to see his hot photo though.
Yeah, does that link work? I might have to like it.
You want me to leave it up or you want me to take it down, Bryant?
Nah, take it down. Oh shit! But no, I would say just for the movie minute here. So that was the dumbest thing I could have done last week. Was we did the college football pod, and then afterwards I got a ticket for $10.50 to go to the Black Panther movie, and I got it like a month and a half ago. I bought it right when they came out because I'm like, okay, it's a Marvel movie. It's not going to be much more than 2 hours. That's typically what it is. It was 2 hours and 41 minutes, and at $10.50 they just started the previews and everything. It was a late movie, but I'll be honest, man. I really enjoyed it. Just to keep it spoiler free, even though the movie was that long, it was paced really well. And the obvious big question is with Chadwick Boseman's passing, how are they going to handle that within the movie? And they handle it pretty immediately. It is the opening scene that's very dramatic, and it addresses it really well. And then I would say just with the actual movie itself, Namor, he is the villain in this, basically Aquaman in the MCU, but he's a bit more of an anti-hero. So surprise, in the Ryan Coogler movie, the U.S. government is going to be the real villain. These two, they kind of fight side by side, but no, it is I like I said, 241 long. It's a very good movie. Probably by far strongest Phase 4 movie or project. Just because they put so much more into it. It only had one post-credit scene, but I'll be honest, that's all it needed, and it ended on a very good note. Yeah, I mean, there's really no negative in this one, man. I mean, I know everyone kind of the biggest complaint lately with Marvel is they're going woke. This one, I mean, you could see where they might go woke, and I think they addressed it pretty well. They brought in a couple side characters like Ironheart that's going to have a TV series. Which, if there's one complaint, this character called Ironheart is supposed to be basically the Iron Man replacement, and the suit looked like dog shit. You can see it in the commercial, so that's not spoiling anything. It looks awful in the actual movie. I hope they fix it for the TV show, but otherwise, yeah, I mean, I thought it was really well. And then, spoiler. So if you're not wanting to, this is not a huge spoiler. I think you guys can hear it, but they've been doing it like in the Kamala Khan series and everything. They're slowly introducing mutants, and that's how they address Namor. As they're saying he's a mutant. So slowly, we're starting to see all these, like Deadpool 3 is going to be coming out soon. I think that's how they're really going to tie in the mutants into the whole MCU here.
Hell yes.
How do you compare it to the first Black Panther?
I would say first Black Panther's pretty. I would say it's hard to top that one, man. I would say I don't think this one is as good. There's a lot of things I wouldn't say a lot of things. There's a couple things I really didn't like, but there's a couple decent cameos that kept it original, or that kept it kind of kept you on your toes. But I wouldn't say this is far behind the original.
So Eagles are going to score. Prevent defense.
There you
Oh shit! There's no time left. That was dumb. Touchdown, Washington.
Yep.
Did you say touchdown Eagles?
No, touchdown Washington. So the over still hit, and the Eagles still lost.
Washington plus 11 is good.
Golly. I would say Washington could have been minus 11. You would have pushed there.
I had doubts after Philadelphia did not look great against Houston.
Yeah, but and think they played on Thursday. Was that Thursday last week, or was that 2 weeks ago in that game? Oh, it was 2 weeks ago. No, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so they've had like basically an extended. They've had a week and a half to prep for this game.
They had the mini bye.
Yeah, the mini bye.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yep. Well, again, no, I mean, Dolphins popped their champagne 1972 or Mercury Morris or wherever the fuck they were when they only played 12 games in a season. So I don't know. Well, I would say that helps. So the Vikings are now tied with the Eagles, but the Eagles have the tiebreaker right now, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So I mean, Eagles will still be number one, but that was a key loss for you to keep them going.
At this point, I think the Vikings look the best.
Right now, they've been winning their games.
I don't know.
Every other team
Eagles
has had their weak performances.
For me, it's just that the Eagles handled the Vikings, so that's why I have a hard time saying that. But that was only week 2 of a brand new system and coaching staff,
right.
So it's hard to tell.
That was also prime.
I'd like to see him play now.
And that's primetime Cuzzy, you know.
Well, and that was pre-Kirko.
Yeah,
we didn't have Kirk Thuggins at that point.
Yeah,
Kirko
Kirko Chains was not a thing.
You keep those noon games rolling, and Kirko Chain's going to stay alive.
I sent the video of tell my kids about 12 o'clock Kirk Cousins, and it's Vince McMahon going, he was something special.
Hell yeah.
So back to the movie minute. I hear Andor is becoming a little special.
It was a lot better this week, Clark. Way better.
It was just all building up to this moment, Ryan. You got to look at the big picture.
I get that, but I stand behind that the prison part could have been 2 episodes shorter.
There's more happening besides what's in the prison.
All right.
I don't understand
was
all
very
of it.
good. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing is it's long episodes or 50-minute episodes. I have the attention span of a gerbil, and there's all this going on. My phone is more exciting than what's going on the screen, and there's just nothing that holds my attention. So finally, an episode that held my attention the whole 45 minutes.
Yeah. So I think the parts I'm still kind of curious about is everything with the Deidre Miro or whatever, the ISB agent, and then the guy who was like the security officer for the corporation from like the first episode. I'm still kind of curious where he's headed. Yeah, there's a lot to be shown there. I think we kind of saw the climax there at the prison with the breakout and Cassian breaking loose. You know, he worked so hard to get the leader of his floor to kind of take over, and then it comes to the moment where they're all jumping ship, and the guy who he worked so hard to be like, "Hey, we gotta go. This is when we go." And he's just like, "I can't swim. I'm dead. This is where my road ends." Like,
yeah.
How many episodes left in the season are there?
Two episodes left.
I would say I just started episode 1, and I was shocked how well it pulled me in. So I'm hoping to be caught up by the season finale here.
Yeah, just
great
make sure
ride.
you
Enjoy
got
it, Bryant.
make sure you got a comfortable bed to sleep in while you're watching.
On my couch, I'll be just fine. Don't you worry, my friend.
I don't know when you're gonna be able to watch because Call of Duty is getting an update on Wednesday, so you better do it all tomorrow.
Yeah, I forgot that Warzone 2 is coming up so quick. So I mean that huge update is gonna happen. Like golly, I mean I looked back. They actually did a pretty cool, like, if you put in your gamer tag for the for Warzone, it sends you a video, like a 2-minute video of like who in your squad like died the earliest every time, or like had the most deaths, and what you were known for and stuff like that. It was a pretty cool little montage. When I look back, I had, oh my lord, because it was during COVID and you could just play for like 8 hours a day because there's nothing else to do. I think I had like a month on Warzone. So Warzone 2, I don't even want to know how much I'm gonna have play on there.
I had 19 hours. That was it in Warzone 2 or Warzone 1. So
You missed out, bud, on all the metas.
I'm gonna say about 18 of that was on Rebirth with a few guys. So
Yeah. Once we left Verdansk, it was just a completely different game, to be honest. So I've heard a lot of good things on this map, and it's bringing a lot of Modern Warfare 2, like High Rise, Quarry, Rust, and Shipment are going to be within the Warzone map. So I'm pretty excited.
looking forward to it.
You know, I don't really play much of Warzone. I'm not huge on those type of games. So season 1's coming out, which they are gonna add a lot of stuff, especially hardcore. I'm mainly a team deathmatch guy. I'll play a lot of multiplayer modes, but team deathmatch mainly. So they usually add 2 maps. They're adding shoot house again, which, I mean, not a bad map, but that was MW1, and they're bringing Shipment with it. So you already kind of have a lack of maps at release. And you bring back Shipment, the one that's been overdone the most, and Shoot House, which was just in your last Modern Warfare. Give us some new maps. Come on.
I'll be honest, man. I think the only reason they do that is because they know that's what, if you haven't bought the new Modern Warfare 2, they know that's what's going to bring you in season 1. You have Shipment, you have Shoot House. You're going to be able to grind. You know, look at all these new weapons, and there's also a new game mode on DMZ. So we've talked about how you already have to grind quite a bit to get all these weapons and golds and stuff. Sounds like in this new mode that's like a raid or DMZ, if you pick up a weapon like the mini back or like the AK-74U, the stuff that isn't unlocked right away unless you unlock this gun to unlock this gun to blah, blah, blah. If you get one of those weapons in DMZ, and I think if you win the match or if you leave, whatever, however they're wording it, with that weapon, it's unlocked automatically. So, I mean, it's also another incentive if you haven't been one of these streamers that has been grinding golds the whole time and have everything unlocked. It is a decent way to jump in and actually get some weapons that you don't have to grind for hours to get as well either. And for a casual like all of us, that's huge.
Yeah. There was one question that I saw on Twitter, which was an interesting one because I couldn't think of an answer, was of all the Modern Warfare 2 maps that got released at launch, which one would be a good map to do a 24/7 playlist on? And honestly, there's not really one that stands out as being good enough to do that.
No, that if you're going to do a 24-hour, it either has to be a brand new map or it has to be a smaller map, because that is my one complaint on all these 6v6 maps is
so big.
If you ever get behind, your half of your match is like, I play a lot of objective based games and B is in the middle. I go push B, someone's camping, I die. I am 150 meters away and I have to sprint all the way back to the game and die, and then you're sprinting another. It's like running simulator. So I mean, there's
especially not a lot of especially the interstate map or the border crossing map.
Terrible. Worst map I've ever played, and I've been playing Call of Duty. Not the longest of anyone. I've been playing over a decade, maybe 15 years. The shittiest map I've ever had to experience. Between every little nook and cranny that people can hide in, to people chucking grenades, and if the cars aren't all blown up by first blood, you're getting randomly killed by a car that's been sitting there that somehow didn't blow. I mean, it is god awful with these super long lanes that you can just lay down and snipe from. I mean, and people just play it terribly too.
I don't mind the map. I just hate how you are running forever once you die and spawn. Like there's no spawns that you can spawn in the map somewhere. Nope. You're spawning way at the end and you're running, die, run, die. I mean, yeah, it's not.
I think Ryan loses focus before he even gets back to the battle.
That is the cool thing about this one is there's like no time between matches to do anything. Like I want to look at my gun. Well, that's bugged, so I can't even look at my guns anyway. So whatever. But yeah, you have no time to do anything in between matches.
No. So that kind of interrupts the flow. Like, and again, we've talked about it. I love that it loads you in early enough so you can be in the match from the beginning every single time. I don't need to be in a map 45 seconds before to watch a black screen for 15 seconds, to have a stupid animation for 30 seconds of you flying in and you can't change anything. And then give me that time to actually switch things. Hey, I just unlocked this cool thing. Oh, I'm already in the next game. Now I have to back out and break the flow to do something for 45 seconds, then start a brand new match, which sometimes that can be bugged and take a while too, but it just...
I'm thankful we don't have the MVP voting at the end of this one. Like I want mind it.
Map voting.
Oh yeah, I miss map voting, but at the end of Vanguard when he had MVP voting, I mean that was 30 seconds of really what was the point of it?
Yeah, I mean it was more than that, dude. If excuse me, I always, again, if you're playing objective based games or even team deathmatch and you're out of it, I had to back out in Vanguard way before because people that I think it was like JGod or whatever, they were doing stats. It from when the match ended to the replay to voting to loading back into the, and I have the fastest X, well, not Series X, but Series S. It was over 45 seconds. Yeah. So if you're doing a 30-minute token, I mean, you're losing probably a quarter of it on just the end game screens.
Yeah. So that is a nice change, but I agree. Where did the map voting go? I missed that where you could unvote or vote out the crappy maps.
Yeah, they don't want to know that the interstate level is god awful. That's why.
That, and I am not enjoying the race car one either.
The rest of them I can tolerate. Race car can depend. That's another large map where objective based, you can be in a far corner and you're just SOL.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's too big, and too many weird little nooks and crannies people hiding.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
So are we squadding up after we're done?
Sure, why not? I know I'm gonna grind. I know I'm gonna grind for at least another hour. So
depends on how early I get done with what I need to do.
Well, shoot, it's only 9:20 there, Ryan. You got like a good 3 hours left to go.
I'm more worried about you guys.
Oh, we're good.
No, we're good. I got nothing else to say, to be honest. So,
Joey, any update on NBA 2K23?
I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't played it.
Wait, no. I drafted a team, but I did not play it.
Yeah, you do the legacy type.
Yep.
I want to know Joey's overall number one pick.
Yeah. Who'd you get, Joey?
Allen Iverson.
Okay. Solid.
I had pick 13. I had Iverson, Embiid, Klay Thompson, Rudy Gobert, and Michael Redd as my 5. No, Redd was my backup point or backup shooter. I don't know who my small forward was.
Who went 1-1?
I have LeBron James, Bronny James, Bronny James's son, and Bronny James's son's son.
I mean, if I wanted to rig it, I would, but I just went with whatever they randomly gave me.
There you go. Who went 1-1 in the all-time draft, Joey?
Jordan, and then LeBron,
okay.
And then I want to say
better than
Kareem.
LeBron.
Well, he's a 99. LeBron's a 98.
Perfect.
You should have got Wilt.
I like the small, slashy, fast point guards. If I didn't take Iverson, I would have taken Derrick Rose.
Should have got Pete Maravich then. Pistol Pete. Average 54 a game before the 3-point line.
Can they block the granny shot in this game?
Like every single person can.
You should have drafted Jackie Moon there, but
Nope. I'll let you know as soon as I do play it. I'm off all of next week, so yeah, I'll be fucking some
Nice.
shit up hopefully.
there's gonna be so many buildings put up on Jack's property. That's insane.
Right? And I stupidly volunteered my time. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
there
kidding.
you go.
I had a good time with them this weekend. We haven't been able to do a project on a weekend for a while, so it was nice.
Nice.
Joey's just begging to pour some concrete.
Yeah.
This was a little more intense. It was hanging roof trusses and then putting sheeting on a roof. So my my
Okay.
fat ass stayed on the ground.
So what do you guys think about that final call in the game tonight, the Monday Night Football game? That roughing or that? Yeah, was that the right call?
Missed it.
Technically, yes. He gave
Right.
himself up. He was down. Guys came in, hit him.
That's how I took it. A few of the guys from PMS are saying that was a terrible call. It was a soft call. What is this call? It was the right call. It really was.
I mean, the guys are coming in. He's acting like a runner, but then he goes down on a knee, giving himself up, and the guys come in and hit him. It's not like it wasn't even really a slide, but he did just like go down on a knee.
Right.
Well, the
So,
thing
I
was,
don't
is
know.
he was down for like 2 seconds before they hit him.
Your count's pretty long there, Ryan. Are you like 1, 2,
Okay.
or is it like a 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi?
Okay, he was down
Uh,
for at least a full second before.
I
you
don't
know,
even
the
think it
first
was
one,
that long.
the first one wasn't a big deal, but the second one, when he came in after the first guy got him, that was just stupid.
So I have to also mention UFC 281 this weekend was amazing, and if I would have put money in beforehand, I would have won a 5-leg parlay with 2 underdogs. So God knows what $10 would have won, probably 300 or so. So
So you had Adesanya losing?
yep,
Damn.
because he lost to Pereira multiple times before that. Yep. So then also bad UFC news. One of my favorite fighters of all time, Anthony Rumble Johnson, passed away at 38 this weekend, and not sure what. Some people are saying lymphoma, but motherfucker could throw hands. He is the inspiration for one of my dog names. I'm going to name one of my dogs Rumble at some point.
What kind of dog will it be, though?
It'll be a bulldog for sure. Yep. Yeah. So let's get this baby wrapped up. Anyone else got anything else for the movie minute or anything?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's get the hell out of here.
Cool. Well, as always, hit us up on our socials at Heartland Pulse, Twitter and Instagram. Search us on Facebook, YouTube. Just search Pulse of the Heartland. Also, look us up on inthezone.studio. That's our new media channel partners. And then, as always, this will be out first thing tomorrow morning when you wake up on all your podcast networks. This is Uncle Joe and the rest of the group signing out.
See you guys.
Bye.
Appreciate you.